video we will discuss on 2 points only according to the syllabus. First one is how can I find out the distance between 2 points? Second one is how can I divide a line in ratio? That is the aim of this video. So, no. Do you know about the XY plane, which is very basic and related to previous class? Before this, we cannot move on this chapter. Do you know? This is the order pair and x is known as abscissa. X coordinate is known as abscissa and y coordinate is known as ordinate. Do you know this is the xy plane and this is the x dash x axis, this is y dash y axis. Here if we move then we get plus and here we will get minus, here we will get plus, here we will get minus. So in first quadrant order pair will be plus and here order pair will be minus plus and here minus in third quadrant, and in fourth quadrant the order pair will be plus minus. I hope you know about this. Now this will be very helpful to find out the location with the help of Pythagorean theorem in previous classes. Now in this class we will extend our idea to find out the distance between 2 points, such that here one point x1 y1 and other point q x2 y2. Then what will be the distance pq? So this is the point and it will be very helpful if you have a common idea and basic understanding about the coordinate geometry in previous classes. Then this will be very helpful to find out the now. How can I find out the area? The distance here. This is the 2 point now. OR is x1 and OS is x2. Then RS will be x2 minus x1. This is x2 minus x1 and the distance of QS is y2. The distance of QS is y2. But we want to find out the distance between QT. Then how can I find out the distance between QT? If we subtract y2 minus y1, then we will get the distance between QT, y2 minus y1. Now this will be x2 minus x1. Clear? How can I find out the distance between PT? It is equal to RS, and from O to S there is x2, and from O to R there is x1. Then if we subtract OS minus OR, then we will get RS. Then if we symbolize this will be x2 minus x1. Now we got here right angle triangle. Now if we want to find out the distance between PQ, that is D, then D square is PT square plus QT square. PT square is x2 minus x1 square, and QT square is y2 minus y1 square. With the help of Pythagorean rule, we are able to find out the distance between 2 points. We can write in another way. x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square. Clear? This is the formula. Clear? This is the distance formula. We can solve this in exercise 7.1. But before this, we will solve the section formula. Clear? Now, what will be the ratio of M1 and M2? That is our aim. If we have studied the previous chapter, the similarity, triangle similarity, then we are able to find out the section ratio M1 by M2. And there are many ways to find out the solution. If you have a common idea of trigonometry, then we are able to find out the ratio with the help of trigonometry understanding. But before move to find out the ratio with the help of trigonometry, we will solve this with the help of previous understanding about similarity, that is the syllabus according to syllabus. Now, do you know this is a right angle triangle here? This angle is, and this angle say, and this angle and this angle is same. So with the help of double A similarity, we can say that triangle APQ similar to triangle PBC. Then we can say that we can say that PA upon BP, this upon this, BP equal to the side of AQ, we can say that QA upon CP. Then we can say that PQ upon BC. Clear? Now, PA and BP is M2 and M1, that means M1 by M2 equal to here QA. This will be here OS is X and OR is X1, then RS will be X minus X1 and RS equal to AQ, then we can write X minus X1. Then what will be the CP? In same manner OT minus OS, then we can write it X2 minus X. Now in same manner we can find out the value of PQ. PS is Y and QS is Y1, then we can write it Y minus Y1. Then we can write Y2 minus Y1. Clear? Now find out the value of X. Then we can find out the X of P, and with the help of these two we can find out the value of Y. Now after solving we will get solve these two only. Now what will be? Multiply it. M1 X2 minus M1 X equal to M2 X minus M2 X1. Then here it is X and here this. We can find out that M1 plus M2 X equal to M2 X1 plus M1 X2. Then we can write this in this way. Then we are able to find out the abscissa, that means X or coordinate of P. It will be M2 X1 plus M1 X2 and M1 plus M2. That is the X coordinate. Now in same manner we can solve. If we replace X as a Y, then we are able to find out the coordinate of Y. It will be M2 Y1 plus M1 y2 upon m1 plus m2. Clear? Now, this is the point of P. Now, how can I learn this? This is the section formula. How can I learn this without using formula? Just as a practical approach, if we try to write this same things in other way, suppose this is a line, clear? And if we write here 2 points, first one is x1 y1 and second one is x2 y2. This is the first point, this is the second point. Here suppose this is a other point which divides in ratio m1 and m2, and coordinate of this is x y. Then what will be the coordinate of x y in reference of m1 m2 and x1 y1 x2 y2? Then very simple, use the cross multiplication observation. We can write the value of x, we can write the value of x here, multiply m1 here x2, here it is x1, m2 x1, then we can write m2 x1, we can write here m2 x1 plus m1 x2, m1 x2, then m1 plus m2, that is the point. Now for y, we can write this is in same manner, multiply m2 y1 m1 y2, m2 y1 m1 y2, then m1 plus m2. We can use these techniques in anywhere, there is no condition, but you should have a common understanding that that will be the line. And if you want to divide in ratio, then we use this formula. This formula is known as section formula. This formula is known as section formula. So this is the theory class of this, and because this is upgrading syllabus, so we eliminate many topics. But for your kind information, you should have a common understanding about the finding the area. That will be very helpful, because if we have a common understanding, then we are able to find out the area of triangle. And if you want to learn it, then we can write here, suppose this is a triangle and there is the coordinate, suppose this is x1 y1, this is x2 y2, this is x3 y3, then area of this will be triangle. This will be very helpful if you have a common understanding to solve these 1 by 2. We use technique here. We will use technique here. That is the very simple technique. First, we will tell you two techniques, and that is the very easiest way. First, we should write x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3, and x1 y1, then and subtracted. First multiply it, then add it. In same manner we will follow rule for this direction. Then we will able to write the area of first x1 y2 x2 y3 x3 y1 minus y1 x2 y1 x2, replace x as y as x, then y2 x3, then y3 x1. Now if we solve it, this is the formula, this is the way to solve the area of a given triangle. And now there is an other formula to write same things, and we are able to learn it in a tricky way. Suppose first we should write x1, then we should subtract y2 minus y3. That is the first point. Then increase your cyclic order. Here it is x1, then we will write x2, and y2 y3, y1 y3 will be y1, then we will write x3, y3 will be y1, or y1 will be y2. That is the area of the given triangle. Clear? So, but we will prove in other lecture to how can I find out the area with the help of geometrical approach. That is very simple to find out the area of the given any figure, some common understanding. But this formula is very applicable, has very features. If area of a triangle is 0, then we can say that these points makes a line, linear line. So we use many times these things. Now we have cleared the section formula and distance formula, which will be very useful to